All right, family. We live once again with the general. You already know what time it is, man. We are 24-hour news agency. You see what I'm saying? Dropping it for the people. Uh Even in the wee hours of the night, man, we are dropping information. The Iranians have enough highly enriched uranium to create 11 bombs. This was revealed. Did y'all understand what I just said? 11 bombs. 11. And so this is very concerning, especially with somebody like Iran. That's right, we're in the house. Did you hear that? This was already had been revealed. And the level in which they enrich this uranium is far beyond the necessary levels, huh, for a civilian use. You see, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable, man, for them to be enriching. They say they got enough highly enriched uranium to create, they say 11 to 12 bombs. This come out their own mouth, and so what they trying to do is they trying to blackmail, you know, yeah, we got it. We ain't gonna use it. No, you got to come up off of it, and then we got to bust your head too, so that we ain't playing with you. So it's a lot of information that's not being revealed. You cannot let people, just who have no other objectives, initiatives other than to put information on the news, just to manipulate your emotions, so you feel a certain kind of way, regardless to whether it's true or not. And so, for me, that Iran is a very terroristic type of state. It is. This is not, you just want to pick on a nation. This ain't damn Dubai where, they want to make money. You got a lot of Arab nations over there that's all they want to do. They just want to make money. Shit, they didn't come where we at? Brother, invest in XRP before it's too the price is a dollar. Anyone who sees me your time is run out to be a part of the greatest well trying. Okay. Drop in there the link then, man. Drop in there the link on the XRP. Drop it in there so we know where to go. Okay. But anyway, see, I ran in the caves making bombs. They're going to go in there and get them. They're already plotting on it. They didn't already, everything that's happening is happening as it was planned. Like I told you, I knew they was going to blockade. I told you it was a lot of cards that they hadn't played yet. And the blockade was was the one that was coming next. They about to clean it out, and they're gonna seize that uranium. They're gonna go in there and get it. They ain't gonna give them too much longer because they dropping them bombs on them. You see what I'm saying? And they're getting ready to they're gonna go in there and get it before long. Well, you know what? I mean, you got to understand nuclear energy been on the planet for a minute now. You see, yeah, nuclear energy been on the planet for a while now. You know what I'm saying? They found out how to do it coming out of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Hitler and them was the closest to it. You see, Hitler was on his way to getting a nuclear bomb right before, defeated Germany. So really, when you look at the technology of United States, Russia, Britain, and France, well, like they got their technology from Germany. The missiles and things of that, they got their technology from Germany. And not only did they get it from Germany, after Germany was defeated, they had what they call Operation Paperclip, where they brought all the German scientists over, and they began to do, work for the United States. Some went to Russia and so on, and they split it up, and the spoils of war, and Russia was I believe, was the first to get it. But United States was right on their ass, I believe. I believe they was right on their ass, so they wasn't far apart where they had achieved the nuclear bomb too, But so it's been here for a minute. It's been here for a minute, and like I said, once they start doing the nuclear energy and things of that nature, once you get nuclear power plants, it's really You see, say you living under the rule of the terror. If you don't know that, all the study have nothing to do with on it. But Barry Brown, go somewhere and sit. You sleep. You sleep, boy. You might as well go on lay your head on the pillow, man. Get you a warm, warm milk, and bro, you can't say nothing to me, man. Just go somewhere and lay down. Go and get your teddy bear, get you a cookie, get you some warm milk, and lay on down. You sound real sleepy out here, Barry. So go on ahead. But anyway, family, we understand that. Yeah, 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 yeah. We understand. We already know that, boy. You ain't telling us nothing we already know. You see, but we have to, I at the same damn time we over here, and we have to be safe over here. Put them to sleep, y'all. Yeah, go and get him some warm milk, you know what I'm saying? Go and lay his ass down. He's sleepy, And so yeah, but that's unacceptable because they lacing all these proxies and with all type of artillery and technology. And so, we'll never be safe. And plus you didn't win in their mouth anyway. So they got, vengeance on their heart and mind. They got vengeance on their heart and mind. You think they ain't gonna want to get back at the United States? And I don't give a goddamn. We over here. We got to quit playing these games with ourselves. Ain't no way I'm gonna be rooting for a motherfucker to bomb over here. You got to be the dumbest individual on the planet Earth to be sitting up here faking and flogging, you know what I'm saying, about, the safety of your people over here in the United States. We talking about our own people. And if you the type of person that you want nigga go over there and live over there. I tell you what, before they start bombing on this next round, get you a ticket and you going over there. Don't sit over here in the comfortability of the United States and then you hate and you cheerleading for no, go where you cheerleading for. Going over there to Taiwan. That's where you need to go. Get you a barbecue grill. That's what you do. Get you a go on and get your little meat. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the grill and just wait, cause they're gonna bring the flamethrower over there. You see what I'm saying? So you'll be able to, you don't need you don't need no lighter, you don't need nothing. They're gonna provide all the fire for you over there. So go on over there and live and come. It's since everybody talking about they winning, them people over there begging for mercy. Real talk. You can get on. See, that's just like you get all on the damn internet and want to play tough. Them people over there, man, is in trouble. Now they didn't block, and you can tell when somebody, when you could tell they didn't got real upset with the blockade, because they thought they was gonna keep selling through. And people, I was listening to a lot of military analysts, and they were saying that Donald Trump shouldn't have never even let them sail up out of the Persian Gulf. They've been selling up out of the Persian. Iran has been selling in and out of the Persian Gulf since the conflict has started. They shouldn't have never been able to sell no oil, but they were saying for some reason, Donald Trump thought that it might keep the gas prices down. But then when he figured, that they would he thought that they was gonna open the Strait of Hormuz. So now when they didn't do that, and then you didn't make no deal over there in Pakistan, then it's time to shut this shit down. And I told you they was gonna do that. Now they salty than a motherfucker. Now people talking about they winning, but now that card that y'all claim that didn't been nullified. So what win is y'all talking about? Now you trapped up in the Persian Gulf and your China can't get its oil, India can't get their oil. Ain't nobody coming through. They about to lock it down. Ain't nobody gonna break the blockade. And so how long, Iran think it's all about them. But see, when China don't get their oil, you see, it's gonna be something different because that's one of their main allies, and they can't piss their goddamn allies off. So at some point in time, China gonna nudge their ass and like, man, how long you gonna keep this blockade going? When am I gonna get my shit? They gonna say that. When am I gonna get my shit? So say Trump is too worried about. Yeah, well, he ain't worried no more. He wasn't worried no more. He gave it a period, and he gave him a little period. He gave him a little period because he thought maybe that the bombing would have woke their ass up. But then when you acting like you really won something, and you sitting out here talking about you won, man, it only take two ships to fucking. And he also said, and we talking about that. You know how they did them Venezuela boats over there. They waiting on them motherfuckers to get on them motorboats. Man, they gonna eat their ass alive from the sky. You see what I'm saying? They gonna eat their ass up. They ain't got a chance in hell. And so it's starting to happen. It's starting to happen. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna put the final push. So when he was talking about it might be, a couple months, two, that's what it's gonna be. Cause they're gonna tap. They playing hard now, but eventually they're gonna have to tap. They're gonna have to tap if they want to survive. Cause I mean, how long you think you're gonna live without an economy? And not only you, but what about your allies that's depending on you to get that oil out of there? China gonna lose a whole lot of money. India gonna lose a whole lot of money. Yeah, but they got that chess game. Iran ain't got no cards. Iran ain't got no cards to play, man. They on their last leg. They on their last leg. All everything they talking about, they just woofing at this point. Let's see what we talking about here. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, man. Man, they don't understand the power. They don't even understand that kind of power. When you was talking about them submarine, man, listen, one fucking submarine, man, can damn near destroy a damn continent. You know what I'm saying? Shit, one damn submarine can damn near destroy a continent. So I mean, but you would hate to have to use that kind of power, man, because ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from that. But the destructive power that they do have, is mind blowing. I already knew that. I told them, man. I told them about Venezuela. I say, oh, China gonna be hurt. I already knew. I mean, the dominoes and people think, oh, why everybody are looking over there in the Persian Gulf? People pulling right on up, getting that sweet Venezuela oil. Man, Donald Trump making man, you look at him. He don't look worried. People keep saying he worried. Man, Donald Trump don't look like he missing a motherfucking night of sleep. Look at him. People lying, man, talking. And I'm not. I'm just telling you what's happening. People got to quit, and this ain't a support for a motherfucker. Look at the man. People saying he ain't worried about shit because he already done got about 200 million barrels of oil out of Venezuela, and look at the market where it's at right now. They selling, damn near $125 a barrel. They selling 120. He got 200 million barrels of oil out of Venezuela. Man, he ain't worried about nothing. Shit, man, he done made shit, man. That man done made billions. He gonna make billions off of this situation, man. He gonna make billions off of this situation and take over there. And he gonna get some of their oil. He not coming, listen, he's not coming from over there without getting some of that oil. Watch what I tell you. Watch they get that oil off of what they call it, Carg Island. Man, they gonna leak that motherfucker. They gonna fill that motherfucker up. Hey man, they gonna fill up over there, man. They gonna leak their ass dry. It ain't gonna be hey, it ain't gonna be enough oil over there, nigga, to put on some damn some hair clippers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have 2 drops over there to put on some hair clippers. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna leak their ass dry. But anyway, they got that uranium and they're gonna get it from them. And we're gonna come back and I'm gonna say I told you so. Yeah. It ain't about taking over. He don't want to take over. That's what's wrong with y'all. Who said that they was gonna take over? Didn't nobody say, but I tell you what, they could take that fucking oil off that island. Travis, you don't know what the hell you talking about. They already got the island. They just ain't leaked it yet. What is you talking about? They could take that island any fucking time they want to. What is you talking about, man? If they wanted to, they could just bomb the motherfucker up right now and it'll be over with. You see? You keep talking about that ain't the issue. Don't nobody want to take over Iran. Iran is what? The oil is right there on everything that we need is right there on that island. You talking silly. Travis, you talking silly. Go somewhere and go to sleep. You know you up past your bedtime, man. The hell you doing up? Go on get your teddy bear, man, and go on in there, put your jammies on, and take your silly ass to sleep. Yeah, talking about don't nobody want Iran. The oil, they're gonna get that damn oil up out of there. Yeah, talking about because you can't they over there bombing the shit. Take your ass over there then, Travis. Take your ass over there. Talking about they ain't gotta take it. They can bomb that motherfucker up though. Yeah. Okay, I tell you what, take your ass over there, Travis, and call us when you get over there. Go on over there. Trav, yeah, you're a sucker. You up too late, man. You must ain't got nothing to do. Once you run out of Vaseline, nigga. Yeah, that's what it is. But anyway, family, we got one more for this evening. Check with me. Where we at? Yeah, come back to the next video. We're gonna go out with a bang. This is General SETI. All right, family. Get over. Oh, yeah, I forgot to drop the yeah, since Kamala Harris say she might run again. I say, let me go on and get them gems out on her. Let me get it in. Let me get them gems out that I got, and bring them right back out. Kamala Harris's Hindu Brahmin family. That's right. We're going to talk about it. The most racist caste system on earth. People don't know that. That Kamala Harris' grandmother and grandfather were Brahmins. And you understand, we talking about this caste system over there where black peoples are called the untouchables. You see, and so yeah, we're gonna talk about this that nobody talking about. You see, and we got the other one too. Yeah, let me put this one up. Get on over there, click that link and get on over there to Patreon, the secret relationship between the Jewish rabbis and the Hindu Brahmins. Yeah, they got this, little marriage thing going on. Kamala Harris is a Brahmin and her husband is a Jew, but this thing is going on, and I got videos showing where they trying to say the Brahmins is Jews that fled from Israel, and so they got this link, man. They got this link, that they trying to put this cabal together with these elite so-called bloodlines. But get on over there to Patreon. This shit is deep, man. I'm telling you, it'll blow the mind. All right, family. I'll see y'all in a minute. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Let me get on back on here. Boom. Black power.